All right, guys. This one is a little different. Welcome to video format. This year has been a parody filled year, and it's been great. Usually, I would start off the newsletter with my 2 cents, but you know what? This whole fucking thing is going to be filled with my opinions, and I think that more than makes up for it. First of all, this league year has been great. There hasn't been many trades until this week because basically everybody's been in it, and it's been refreshing. You have Cameron and Jerry, who have been basically just dominant. You have three wild card teams with Joe, Taylor, and Eric, been fighting and still fighting. And Joe and Eric play this week, which is funny to see because one's going to lose, obviously, and Taylor has an easy matchup. So over the next 4 weeks, we're going to see who wins that wild card. And in the National West, you got Matt, JJ, and John, who've been average, maybe. With a 1.5 game lead, Matt over JJ, and John mixed in there with a 5 game league points. It's anybody's ball game. It's going to be fun to see, honestly. And my division with Zach and Eli, we're garbage, and I'm going for it. Fuck it, let's go. So I'm going to go over some trades that happened over the deadline and kind of my thoughts on them. First of all, Jerry and Cameron kind of dominated it. They're buying basically to go for it all, and I respect that. The Before I get into that, I want to say I respect the hell out of Craig. Last week, he beat JJ. He won, and he still sold at the trade deadline. Honestly, I just respect the amount of audacity to basically try to fuck over JJ and still sell. I love it. So, first trade of the year was Stefon Diggs for Cam Akers, Eli and Jerry. Jerry gets a fantastic receiver out of a pretty good offense. And Eli gets someone that's probably going to be Marlon Mack. I mean, you can't come off of Achilles and expect to be the starting running back. I think this is a terrible trade. And I love that Eli's in my division because I don't respect him at all. Maybe, kind of. I don't know. Jerry made another trade with Craig, who sold. He got Mixon, and they swapped a 5th and a 7th, which Joe Mixon, he's on bye this week, so you won't be able to see him this week. But with that Zach Taylor offense, he's been pretty damn good. And Jerry's got a couple of running backs on his team that are going to come back and kind of solidify that whole lineup. Craig sold his tight end, Tyler Higbee, to Cameron for an 11th, which Cameron had, Austin Hooper. So it gives him a tight end, and yeah, that's all right. It's not bad. That's actually not bad. And then JJ, who lost last week, decided to buy again, taking Keenan Allen for an 8th from Craig. I don't know. It's all right. Fuck him. Whatever. And the other one was, Craig sold again with giving up Allen Robinson. You know, the guy who literally you can't trust anymore, mostly because the quarterback position is not developed yet. So you got A-Rob for a flip of a 17 and a 13th rounder. So you move up a couple rounds, get rid of a inconsistent, maybe consistently bad, I don't know, just disappointing, especially from the year he had last year. But that just means Mitch Trubisky is just better than Justin Fields. I said it. Fuck it. I don't care. So let's go over the matchups this week. Because usually I would spend kind of half the newsletter talking about last week's matchups. But since it's playoff time, we got 4 weeks left of the season 10, 11, 12, and 13. We're only looking forward. First off, matchup Jerry versus Eli. I don't know what to say. This is going to be a bad loss for Eli. I don't even know if Eli has enough points to make it over 30. It's going to be 232-0. That's my prediction. It might be, that actually, that's a joke, but I don't know. It might be close. A fun little matchup is Craig, who just basically gave up his entire running backs against Matt, who doesn't have any running backs worth anything. And Craig gave up his tight end, and Matt has like 20 of them. So I'm going to say that matchup is low scoring. I'm going to go with 94-70. Both bottom six. Matt gets a win and kind of takes a little heat off himself on the NFC West playoff picture. An intriguing matchup. What is it? Last year's finals. Cameron and John. John has 3 quarterbacks that are questionable. They're all banged up at least, and Cameron has Lamar Jackson at Miami and Tannehill Saints, I think. I mean, it's just not a good matchup either way, but I still expect Cameron to get it done over John. I'm going to say 109-97, so a little lower on Cameron's end, maybe similar what John usually scores, I guess. That's going to be if John wins that, he's back in and could take over the lead, if Matt loses. I would love to see Craig win again, just to fucking fuck everything up in the NFC West. I would love it. Another one that I don't think this one's going to be close. I hope not. I texted Taylor today and fucking prayed for him. Granted, it didn't help me last week, but Taylor going against Zach, and Zach has, I think, Mac Jones. Russell Wilson's coming back, so maybe Aaron Rodgers is coming back. I don't know. I'm going to say Taylor wins this going away, 129-87. Taylor goes against Zach this week, and then Eli next week. So he's going to be in that wild card race for weeks to come, for sure. I would say probably the matchup of the week is the 2 wild card teams, Joe and Eric. Both have dog shit teams in my eyes. Kind of. I don't know. Joe has great fantasy defense, and I always respect fantasy defense. I'm going to say Joe sneaks it out. I'm going to say 117 to 116.99. It's going to be the closest game in league history. I'm calling it. Just to kind of piss off Eric one more time. That's what I do best. And my weekly matchup. We're going to get it done. It's JJ's birthday week. It was yesterday. Craig whooped his ass last week. Well, he didn't whoop his ass, but he won. So JJ has to buy to get Keenan Allen, and it won't be enough. Because the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, and Amari Cooper are going to combine for 65 points. This matchup is going to be 106-97. I'm going to win this thing, and I'm going to the fucking playoffs, baby. And if I don't, I'll sink with the ship. I just want to win. Please. And like Gandhi always said, almost doesn't count. Good luck.